This is part one of the Beginner's Guide to Drag Training. In this video, I'll be going over some basic tips to help you get started straight away in training for drags. Keep it simple, don't make it too long. 40 to 50 meters is enough at first. You want success. Lay the drag downwind. You can let the dog see you lay the drag for the first time or two, or not. I prefer not to let the dog see. Mark the starting point clearly and indicate the drag direction. Use a marker of some sort to help you see exactly where the drag was laid. This will ensure you know when the dog is on or off the track. I use empty shot shells. Some people use flags. Use what works for you. Use a short lead and a flat collar when working the dog. You do not want any sort of training collar or anything to inhibit the dog. Engage the dog on the scent, and when the dog is engaged, encourage the dog to move or give a fetch command. If necessary, keep encouraging the dog to put its head down to engage on the scent. If the dog gets off the drag track, simply stand still and let the dog get back on the track. If the dog does not engage, help him. Go all the way to the end of the drag track with the dog on the short lead. Once the game is picked up, run all the way back to the start. Praise your dog and be excited. Have lots of fun. What a good dog. Repeat the process a few times. Next, go 3/4 to the end of the drag and allow the dog to continue on his own. Run all the way back to the start with the dog once the dog has the game. The idea is to gradually work your way from 3/4 to 1/2 to 1/4 of the distance of the drag track with the dog, until eventually you let the dog go on his own from the very beginning. When first starting to lay drags for your dog, it's important to remember a number of key elements. The main one being keep it short and simple. Mark the drag so you know when the dog is off and on it. I do this using very visible old shot shells. These are red. You can see them easily so you know when you're on and off the track or when your dog is. Use something to drag with. Don't make it your lead. I'll tell you why in a bit. Make sure you're working in a downwind direction. The wind is from behind you. This makes it easier for your dog to put its nose down instead of lift its head, which is its natural inclination. So you're going to make a clear mark at the start. And it should indicate the direction in which the drag is going to take off. In addition, you'll have it marked, right? But this will help you. All right, let's start. Right, I'm going to loop this around the rabbit's neck. Like so. All right. Okay, you're going to pull some feather out, or fur in this case, to mark clearly the start of the drag. Start with something that your dog likes, but that is easy to pick up. I would start with a bird, not a rabbit. But this is what I've got defrosted. Okay, you're going to make a clear, very clear path here. Mark. Try as far as possible to leave a good mark. Then off we go. Putting these every couple of meters. If you're on your own laying the drag, it's good advice to walk around quite a lot where you left the game, and then keep walking downwind and take a long path coming back. Otherwise, sometimes the dogs learn to take your track all the way back. At that point, you're going to need to have a helper. But at the moment, we are just looking at bringing a dog in quickly and helping it to the end of the track so that it learns to succeed. I'll go get a dog now. Just a little more advice. Make sure your whistle isn't dangling in the way, and make sure your jacket is not going to dangle in the way to distract the dog.